But now we're going to move on to our next segment. We're going to talk a little bit of strategic marketing. This is where we get tactical, and this is one of those things where I think Jason and I both noticed in our team at large, this is a little bit of a hole. We've talked about holes in the bucket, right? Your practice. If you have a nice bucket, now once you have some patient flow, things start to work really fantastically. But if you have holes in the bucket, you pour water in, it falls out all the sides, right? So every business, every practice, everybody has some holes in their buckets. Our job is to say, hey, what are those holes that we can minimize or eliminate? Understanding that it's never going to be perfect. It's always a work in progress. That's why they call it practice. But strategic marketing today, we're talking about updating your email subscriber list. This is one of those big holes for many docs out there in their bucket. So what do we mean by this? What we mean by this is that specifically relative to the Smart Chiropractor and Chiro emails, however, if you use MailChimp, Constant Contact, whatever it might be, this is going to apply to you as well. So if you have an email list, and if you're a chiropractor, and especially if you're a Smart Chiropractor, you need to have an email list, then this is going to be something you're going to want to pay attention to as a member of the Smart Chiropractor, or if you're not yet a member. So updating your email subscriber list, what do we mean by that? What we mean by that is that in your email system, chances are you have different lists of subscribers. One might be, for instance, new patients. That would be a list. And there may be receiving your new patient onboarding emails, as we do within the Smart Chiropractor, help improve active care retention, help improve patient experience, reduce friction, etc. So your new patients, we're going to recommend, should receive an onboarding sequence, right? But at the end of that, what happens? Well, they should move over to the rest of the list, right? Your past patients, your active patients, they're not new anymore. They're beyond their first 10 to 14 days in your practice. They're moving on to your big list. And that would be everybody that's ever been in your practice that's going to receive your weekly email newsletter. Now, here's where things break down. If you're not taking the individuals who are new patients in your practice and putting them into the new patient subscriber list, they're never going to receive that onboarding sequence, and they're never going to trickle over to that weekly email. So this is a critical component, and now is the time of the year. If you've sort of pushed it off the plate, not looked at it, held your ears and closed your eyes when you've thought about doing it throughout the year, it's the end of the year. Make sure that you are going to go through your EHR system and you're going to export every one of the patients that come in since the last time you updated your list. And that might be a year, that might be forever, that might be last month, whatever it might be. Take a peek, look at, hey, when's the last time I updated my email list with my email system? Export the emails from your EHR, upload them into your email system, and ensure that all of those people that have come in since the last time you updated that list aren't in Never Never Land. They have to be on the list in your email system in order to get the communication, in order to receive the emails. So if you have not over the last, we recommend doing it at least weekly, but if you haven't done it over the last 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, it's the end of the year, do a nice cleanup, hop into your EHR, do a little export. If you want to check out how to do that, we can drop a link below. We have guides and blogs on the Smart Chiropractor blog page that showcase all the primary EHRs, step-by-step how to do it. So we have you supported there. Get in there and export that list. Get it over to your email system. Start the year off fresh so that your weekly email newsletters can do what they're designed to do. They can teach and invite consistently. They can keep people engaged with your practice. You can stay top of mind. You can showcase some new things that people might not connect with, benefits you can provide to them. And ultimately, you can get nice flow of reactivations week after week. So Jason, this has been something that we've talked about quite a few times over the last year, and it's been a hole in a lot of docs' buckets out there. What are your thoughts regarding docs uploading their email subscriber list, and why to you is this such an important step that so many docs are missing out on?
Yeah, it really is. You just explained kind of what to do. And you're right. The bigger issue is why to do it, because if you don't have a big enough why, you'll figure out a way to forget or not get to it. Your email list is probably the most valuable asset you have. I'm going to repeat that again. Your email list is probably the most valuable asset that you have. You might think it's your building. You might think it's your hands. You might think it's your technique or your staff or some maybe stock or some other, your car, a jewel. You may think that's the most valuable asset that you have. And you may have something that valuable that it is. But the potential that you have when you have an email list of interested people, let's make sure we understand clearly. We're not saying you go buy an email list of a lot of people. We're saying that you have earned the ability to email, not just the ability, but the permission, as Seth Godin would call it, permission marketing. You have earned with permission the ability to share what you know, including what they want to learn and what they want to know, which is where to go to take a next step based on what you just taught. That your ability, as my friend Mark Victor Hansen taught me early on, that your network is equivalent to your net worth. That the number of people you can communicate with on a regular basis for free will absolutely influence your potential to drive personal revenue. And the number one place to be able to consistently do that without all the complaints of social media, they took down my post, they don't show it to everybody, all those other issues. There's no perfect technology. But if you were going to average out and sum out how to prioritize these things, your email list is the place you can directly, quickly reach the most people with the least interference, assuming you haven't overdone it with a list you bought or ruined and therefore are on a spam list. Your ability to communicate with people who want to be communicated with is the greatest potential you have to teach more people, grow your audience, and invite more people into your practice and to participate in the other services we continue to share with you to help you drive the recurring revenue you need to allow you to practice financially stress-free. There is a method to our madness. We are bringing you this process of bringing you how to go from I'm a great chiropractor, I love chiropractic, but practice is a grind because I'm constantly financially stressed, and use this next year to turn it into what we call a payday practice. Email is one of the most important engines or drivers to building that payday practice. Those that have signed up with us already, the members that are now starting up their Smart Care store, are just starting to share those emails with your followers, with your subscribers, so that you can teach them and invite them to the next thing they are most interested in learning from you. How did I stay healthy? What are your favorite things? And can you make it super easy for me to be able to use your favorite things as conveniently and affordably as possible? That's what we're answering for them. What we're answering for you is the ability to generate enough revenue every single month automatically to be able to cover all of those recurring expenses you know aren't going away, that are there month after month after month after month. Smart chiropractors put those two concepts together so that if you know you've got certain recurring bills every single month, rent, mortgage, payroll, taxes, loan payments, life, everything it takes to afford to live your basic essentials, not your luxuries and wishes, your basic essentials. That once you know that you have got your basic essentials covered each and every month through recurring revenue that meets your recurring expenses, the world changes. It's like being in pain, thinking it's normal. I got the normal headaches, the normal back pain, the normal stresses that everybody has. They come to you, they start getting adjusted, they start letting the interference get out of the way so they can get clear and connected, and they can come from a different place of ease and growth, not protection and pain relief. Many practices right now are living and practicing under the financial stress and strain that prevents them from really being their best, growing their best, making the greatest impact. And that's what it is that we're looking to solve.
That is it, Jason. You're 100% correct. And email is really the driver. So update your email list if you have not done so in the last couple of weeks, months, or gasp, years. Be sure to update your email list. It is really, it is difficult if you're putting, low octane gas in a Ferrari and expecting it to run well. You want to make sure you have that octane up. Same thing goes for your email list. To get it running as well as possible, you want it to be updated, and that octane is your email subscribers. So make sure that you are as up to date as possible. Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to the Smart Chiropractor. We are posting videos on how you can market your chiropractic practice in a way that teach and invites consistently. We have found that is the magic formula to big time growth. So if you like this video, be sure to comment down below, smash that subscribe button, or visit us at thesmartchiropractor.com.